Welcome to the Lynch Factor. Today we reveal the secret, we reveal the final truth, and that we have come to the conclusion the search is over. Consciousness has been found, and it has two things associated to it. One was the equation for consciousness, and two is that it's not only a field effect, but it is also a focused effect. So it has two properties, both made of the same material. One is just focused at different wavelengths and oscillations. The other is a constant field effect. So we have two things. One is a field effect that moves faster than light and emanates from beyond our universe. The second is a focused effect, which we call consciousness. Now, you cannot have one without the other. Consciousness just can't leave the body and float around on its own. It has to be in an environment of the field effect. All of this, consciousness and the field effect, is tachyons. This is the end of the road. The search is completely over. The different variations in tachyon strength and oscillations and other properties create consciousness, and it is in an environment of consciousness. So is everything conscious? To a certain degree. It exists in consciousness, but is it conscious? That's a variable. Now, if we understand this, tachyons emanate beyond our universe. It comes directly from the afterlife, and it comes into our universe faster than the speed of light. So time travel, in theory, mentally, through consciousness, is possible, such as technical remote viewing, psychic ability, talking to angels or spirits. All of that is illuminated and sustained by tachyons. The tachyon field itself is a field effect. The focused effect is consciousness. Now, the reason why quantum has nothing to do with this is because the consciousness of the observer overrides quantum. As a matter of fact, everything that is observed by the observer is overridden to match the expectations of the observer. Whether you call it the secret, whether you call it positive thinking, whether you call it a fortune cookie, it is all created and controlled by the observer, and the universe, the tachyon universe, becomes compliant to those thoughts. If E equals I, then we send out a signal to the tachyon field in time or outside of time, because time is really a construct. So we send it outside of time into the tachyon field. It automatically becomes compliant and will do its best possible assessment to bring into motion, through harmonic vibration, what I desire. It is the big genie in the very small bottle. It is the magic of our universe. Tachyons don't only illuminate and comply to the thoughts of the observer, it illuminates and energizes each and every cell and tells the cells how to divide, how to correct the DNA. Even when the observer is not present to these constructs, by direct observation, the universe, the tachyon field, and the tachyon focus field is very compliant. It will follow through to whatever your expectations are. So, in every quantum experiment and every quantum derived computer or derived calculation, the idea is that it is still only a subconstruct to the observer. Even though they operate on their own, the observer still is in control of each function. So, EVPs, that's easy. That's a focused electromagnetic voice phenomenon is electromagnetic pulse phenomenon. It's a pulse of energy, harmonic energy. In the focused field effect, we see that there is non-competing energies, but they're still tachyon based. They have just different wavelengths. So hearing is one, seeing is another, speech is another, goes on and on. In the near-death experience, when people go to heaven or into the afterlife and they talk to God, how is that possible? They have no vocal cords, they have no eyes, they have no ears, but yet they're able to experience the same reality that they experience in the physical form. The sensory perception is encased in the physical form. It is only through tachyon and tachyon expressions that we can go beyond it. So therefore, the search is over. The refining now is the processes of tachyons, its field, and its so-called focused energies. And that all comes from the center of consciousness. Now, you may have seen my videos on ghosts and the anatomy of an orb. The whole idea is that that is the simplest form in this 3D universe of consciousness. It has to take that form because that is what liquids do. That's what planets do. In this dimension, they become round. And that's the simplest form. Our sun is round, made of plasma. And it has an effect in time and space, or space-time, or space. And the whole idea is that that space alone that it occupies is the best known idea of what consciousness is. Rupert Sheldrake said that the sun, by all of our terms, is intelligent, has consciousness, because it's a plasma in a tachyon field. Now, I can't prove that, I'm sorry. We don't have the technology to do that, but there are certain things that make the sun look very intelligent and like its consciousness, such as the earth. Many people call it Gaia. The earth, the terra firma earth, is called Gaia. So why is it called Gaia? Because it has an intelligence. It reacts. If it doesn't like something, it'll shake civilization down to its knees. It has a personality, and then sometimes we humanize these personalities into intelligence. Technically, they might just be. We understand things through our sensory perceptions. But consciousness is so big, it's as if we are a molecule in the ocean. We need the ocean. And the ocean provides an environment for us, but it was so big, so vast, encompassing everything, we couldn't see it. So, to all the paranormal people out there that have done their due diligence in looking for ghosts and EVPs and rounding up all the spirits and demons and go on, and those who have had near-death experiences and talked to God or Jesus or their angels or relatives in the afterlife, to all these people, I want to say thank you, because each one of you contributed to this understanding. The understanding is, it is tachyons. And the search is over because the tachyon field and beyond is the quotient for our consciousness. I want to thank you very much. This may be my last or next to my last video on this subject, so we can go on to other topics of the paranormal. But I just want you to know, it's tachyons. Tachyons is the substruct and basis of our entire conscious universe and dimension and reality and beyond. Thank you for watching. I've been your host, Dr. Michael Lynch.